50.6. Away from that, the International Monetary Fund has projected the global economy will grow by 6% in the year 2021, anchored on the large fiscal support in the large economies and the vaccine rollout, which is boosting confidence in the populace. Now, this comes amid concerns of debt distress in many countries.
After a global contraction of 3.3% in 2020, the IMF is optimistic in its projections of the world economy, noting that it will hit 6% this year.
Thanks to the ingenuity of the scientific community, hundreds and millions of people are being vaccinated, and this is expected to power recoveries in many countries later this year. Economies also continue to adapt to new ways of working, despite reduced mobility, leading to a stronger than anticipated rebound across regions.
In 2020, Sub-Saharan Africa had a contraction of negative 1.9%, but for 2021, IMF projects a growth of 3.5%.
Now, within the region, of course, there are huge differences in country circumstances. The tourism-dependent economies such as Seychelles and Mauritius have been particularly hard hit with the collapse of cross-border travel and the collapse of cross-border tourism. The other resource-dependent economies are also in a tight spot, whereas the more diversified economies are seen to be recovering a bit faster than the others.
The region was riddled with high debt vulnerabilities, reduced revenue, and increase in crisis spending with the onset of the pandemic, which has devastated economies.
Within countries, the efforts must, once this crisis fades, the efforts must be directed towards boosting domestic revenue sources, catalyzing private financing, and ensuring that the region as a whole resumes a path of healthy job creation to employ the young population.
The disruptive nature of the pandemic is expected to continue in the job market.
Now, because the crisis has accelerated the transformative forces of digitalization and automation, many of the jobs lost are unlikely to return, requiring worker reallocation across sectors, which unfortunately often comes with severe earning penalties.
The IMF is advising that countries should place emphasis on escaping the health crisis by prioritizing healthcare spending and vaccine rollout with targeted fiscal support in affected households and farms.
I would say that's good news for